Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today the Harlequins faced the Space Wolves in battle. And we set up the table, the terrain, and we got ready to fight a Maelstrom of War mission. This is a first of 20 game series that I'm playing to learn how to use the Harlequins.
The Dark Kin.
Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast video. I am Skari, and this is Billy.
Yeah.
He has brought his Space Wolf force to face off against the Harlequins this time.
Yeah.
This is the first time I have ever played Harlequins seriously. Thank you so much. The Harlequin army was donated to the channel. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate it. I don't know if he wants his name to be broadcast to the entire internet, but if you're curious and he says it's okay, I will let you know who it was. But it was a patron to the channel. And I've got 1500 points of Harlequins, Dreaming Shadow versus Russ's Pride and Joy.
Yep.
Okay, so have you ever played Harlequins before?
I haven't played them in this edition, but I played them before back in 7th, and it hurt a lot.
You got some good close combat stuff.
Yeah, yes.
You got the Wolven, the Thunderwolves, you even have some fire support, Long Fangs.
Yep, this is a long time since I've used any kind of backup fire, and I'm finding it works out well. Who'd have thought?
Okay, so I'm looking forward to it because I have no idea what Harlequins do other than playing Blackie at the ETC. So I've had them played against me, but I have never played with them. So stay tuned as we go through the battle report. We'll go to the armies. We'll take a look at those, and then we'll go to the mission. Anything that you think you might try and achieve?
I'm gonna try to kill the Harlequins.
Kill everything.
That's what I'm gonna try to do.
That's what Space Wolves do.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yep.
You can't argue with that logic. So with that, let's take a look at the armies. And here we have 1500 points of Harlequins. I'm very excited to try out the Harlequins, so I brought a double battalion detachment. So 2 detachments, 2 battalions. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And I'm hoping to kind of showcase and try out a few things. This is the first game of my 20-game series, of course. So first battalion, you have a Shadow Seer and Troop Master with a Harlequin Blade or a Power Sword. I don't remember what. And I've got 3 5-man Harlequin units. They all have an upgrade. They either have a Caress or a Harlequin Kiss on every single model. There's no ablative wounds. And then I have 6 jet bikes with Zephyr Glaives and Haywire Cannons as well. Then I have the 2nd Battalion with another Troop Master. He's probably going to be my Warlord because he looks really cool. Another Shadow Seer and a Death Jester. He's going to be having the Relic Gun to start off with. I have a Void Weaver as well. And I have a 7-man unit and 2 5-man units as well. So this is 1500 points of Harlequins, which I'm really excited about. I like that they have all the colors and stuff, so you can kind of see, from behind, what squad is what squad. So thank you so much. Stay tuned. Let me know what you think. And it's time to learn the path of the Laughing God. Okay, and here we have 1500 points of Space Wolves. Billy has brought his Space Wolves to face off against the Harlequins. So Billy, take it away. What do we have in your army?
All right, so we'll go front to back. We have 2 squads of Blood Claws.
Okay.
Right here and here. They're just regular old minimum squads.
Yep.
I have Wolfen in the front.
Yep.
I have 3 Thunderhammer Storm Shields and a Great Axe with the pack leader with the Frost Claws.
Yep.
And then I have 3 Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Yep.
Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
Yep.
Then a squad of Long Fangs. There's 4 rocket launchers and a missile, heavy bolter, with the pack leader.
What are these guys doing here? They look like Dark Angels.
They can, they switched over. They liked it
That's
better.
heresy.
They liked it better with the route.
I don't think Space Wolves and Dark Angels get along.
They actually won a drinking competition.
Yeah.
Then I have a Wolfguard battle leader with
Okay.
just a chainsword and a bolt pistol.
Yep.
Then a wolf priest. He's gonna be my HQ.
He's the old Games Day model.
Yep.
Cool with a 30k jump pack.
Yep. He loves it.
Yep.
He has the Saga of the Wolfkin
Yep.
for that extra yumminess in close combat.
Yep.
Morale issues.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have my rune priest. He is gonna have the Wolfenstone.
Yep.
Then I have a Wolfen Dreadnought. This is the first time I've taken him out to play.
Very nasty dreadnought.
And then I have Grey Hunter Squad in the back. Don't know if I mentioned them yet.
Yep.
And then 2 Razorbacks with twin heavy bolters and storm bolters.
Okay, very cool. So this is 1,500 points of Emperor's Fury. Let's get to deployment and the table. And we have set up the table for battle. We're playing Maelstrom of War Mission. And this is a defensive perimeter. We have lines of defense with a bastion, a forward observation pillbox, Imperial bunker, a couple of defense turrets. Here, of course, they have been deactivated, but the battle will happen over here. The main line of defenses and supplies are important. The escape hatch to the underground bunker complex is important. The defensive network is important. The supplies on the flank, the exposed supplies on the flank are important. The pillbox sentry bunker is important. And of course, the central nexus, comms relay, and the flak guns also important as well. So as we move into the game, let us know what you think down below. Will the Harlequins take the day, or will it be the Sons of Russ? Deployment is one of my favorite parts of any game. In this sense, I deployed all the Harlequins in range of bubbles that helped deny enemy shooting or got me better in combat, and Billy just went right in the middle, put all this strength there, ready to just run it up in my face. Okie dokie, the armies are deployed. So Billy picked that deployment zone because there's more objectives in there, and it's the Imperial Defense, of course, versus the Harlequins. So we've got Grey Hunters, Blood Claws and Blood Claws in the Razorbacks, the Wolf Priest, the Rune Priest, Thunder Wolves, Crazy Dreadnought, Long Fangs hiding back there. Wolven used a stratagem to deploy behind enemy lines, essentially. They're outflanking. And then the Wolf Priest went into reserve with his jetpack. So that's his deployment. Pretty straightforward. Going to push in heavy. I have a lot more models and units. So I've got 5 here. Shadow Seer, 5. Death Jester with Curtain Fall, because I'm playing Dreaming Shadow. 5 more. 5 more. Another Shadow Seer. 5 more. First Troop Master. Harlequin jet bikes. And the Void Weaver. In reserve, I spent 3 command points to put the 7-man troop and my Warlord Troopmaster in the webway. He has a Player of Light, so him and all units within 6 inches get to reroll charge ranges as well. This Shadow Seer has the Sniper Blinding Light psychic power, and he can curse an enemy unit, giving them -1 to hit. Against infantry. This Shadow Seer has Move Again, so Twilight Pathways, and he can bless one of my units of infantry to be -1 to hit as well. I did spend an extra command point as well to give my Warlord the Suit of Hidden Knives. So every time they roll a 1 on a 2+, they do mortal wounds to themselves if they attack me in close combat. So I'm hoping to bonus it up with some -1 to hit shenanigans. And of course, the Skyweavers here are ready to crack open some tanks. So Billy's excited.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready to come up howling to the moon. Let's see what happens in the first game of the 20 Path series. I believe you get a +1.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Let's roll away and see what happens. The Space Wolves roll. Oh. I think they drank a little bit too much mead. or whatever the heck their drink is. The Harlequins decide to roll a 6. Great start to the game so far, Wolves. So, do you want to try and seize the initiative? Because I definitely want to try and go first.
Yes, I'm going to try to seize.
Okay, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3, and with that, the Harlequins go first. Well, I certainly didn't expect to go first, so I decided to focus either on the Dreadnought or his transports. I was trying to crack open one of the rhinos in order to get the blood claws inside out so I could start shooting them. I also thought it would be a good idea to use the Death Jester to start sniping away his psychic support to get me mastery in the psychic phase. So I moved up. Okay, so end of the movement phase. I have moved and advanced a big screen of Harlequins. I kept my Shadow Seers within 6 inches of all the infantry, because you have to subtract -1 to wound against any unit of infantry that's within 6 inches of a Shadow Seer, because it keeps them safe. So that's going to help against small arms fire, I'm hoping, making it harder for him to wound the Harlequins. I've moved the Void Weaver to within 24 inches of the Dreadnought. All the Sky Weavers are within 24 inches of that Dreadnought, so I'm going to try and target that Dreadnought. And then my objectives were terrible. I got a Secure Objective 5 twice, which is back there. And I got Secure Objective 2, which is this one. I could have potentially done it with a Psychic Power, but I spent 2 command points instead to redraw, and I got Secure Objective 6. So that's an easy point for me. I'm going to keep Secure Objective 5 because I've got deep striking units that can come in and hopefully clear that. So we'll see what happens after this. So I'm going to do Psychic phase, and then we'll go on to the rest of the turn. I'll come back after the shooting phase. Okay, end of the turn for the Harlequins. So it didn't go exactly as planned. I secured Objective 6, and then I did fail the Psychic Powers against this, but then the Hallucinogen did 3 mortal wounds on it. Yeah. And then I shot all the Haywires and the Void Raven at this Razorback to try and crack open the transport, and did only 5 wounds to it with all that shooting. However, Curtain Fall did put 2 wounds on the Rune Priest, because he did pass 3 out of 5 saves, because Curtain Fall tried to snipe out his Psyker. So we're moving on to turn 1 for the Space Wolves. I am going to get rid of 1 Secure Objective 5. I have 1 point. I didn't get First Blood, and we'll see what the Space Wolves draw, because they have 3 cards to draw. What is Billy going to get here? Let's see.
Some good things. I'm feeling good things.
Good things. Oh my goodness. Defend Objective 5. Come on.
Defend Objective
4. Okay, the defensive network. The Imperials have given him orders, and any 3 objectives, which right now is going to be the easiest D3 points he's ever going to get. I love it. Yeah, the Space Wolf Happy Dance. Oh, okay, on to turn 1 for the Space Puppies. Okay, quick change up here. I got Secure Objective 5, but it's a Harlequin one. It's number 15, so let's see what that is. Okay, so the Harlequin objective for number 15 is Take the Stage, which is control the objective marker whose number corresponds to the current battle round, which is battle round 1. So I actually do get a point. So that's 2 points, and therefore I will be taking, discarding Objective 5, so I don't have to worry about going after them at all. Okay, so 2 points to the Harlequins after some tricksy Harlequin-y stuff. Moving on to Space Wolf turn 1. Billy was quite happy he got off relatively unscathed, so he jumped up, ready to get some points, took aim at some key targets, and put some psychic powers on the jet bikes, things like that. But he was ready to just go up forward, tie me up, and wait for his reserves. Okay, so after Space Wolf movement, we had Blood Claws move up to the middle, we had the Thunderwolves move up, the Crazy Dreadnought move up as well. He's starting to defend Objective 4 with more Blood Claws in that Razorback. Those Great Hunters stayed back. The Longfangs have moved out and used keen senses to ignore all modifiers, and he's shooting everything at the Void Weaver except for a Hellfire round who's going to shoot at the Sky Weavers. The Rune Priest gave himself a bunch of attacks with Fury of the Wolf Spirit, and then he put a -1 to hit debuff on the jet bikes as well. So he did perils, so he had to re-roll wound to perils. And then rolling to hit with the rockets against the Void Weaver because I'm -1 to hit and he moved, but he doesn't care. So he hit 4 times. So then he's going to roll the wound and see damage. We'll come back at the end of the shooting phase. Okay, end of the shooting phase. Billy did get first blood by blowing my Void Weaver sky high with 4 rocket shots that got right through my impulse save. Look at him, he's so happy.
Yes!
He tried to shoot at them, didn't do anything. Then killed 1 trooper from that unit with 2 heavy bolters, or 4 heavy bolters shooting. That -1 to wound, really helping out. And then I passed some saves over here. And now it's the fun phase, the charge phase. So let's roll those charges and see what happens. What are you trying to charge?
Alright, so first off,
Okay.
the Wolfen Dreadnought.
Yep.
He is gonna get into these
guys?
These guys, right?
Okay, so I've got 1 grenade for 2 shots and 4 pistols. So the pistols needing 6s. Yeah! Nothing. And then the 2 grenades. Nothing. Okay, roll that out. Does he get in?
Hopefully, he gets a reroll to his charges.
Ah, he does. He's gonna charge in. Rawr! There he goes.
Yeah, defo. Actually, I should probably.
Nom 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 nom
I'm
nom.
gonna reroll that one.
Gonna reroll. He can reroll any dice.
Yeah, rerolled. Actually, it could be only failed.
No, okay. So it could be. Okay, so we're here after the assault phase. The Dreadnought charged in. He has like 8 attacks because he can swipe, but my invulnerable saves really helped, as well as the -1 to wound, which is pretty cool. And then the Thunderwolves and the Rune Priest charged in and murdered the whole unit. The Rune Priest, though, almost died because every time a model of mine dies, they get 1 attack, or to shoot, they get 1 shot or 1 close combat attack. So that's pretty cool. So they died. Okay, awesome. That's it, really. We're on to the second turn. What points? He gets D3 points for supremacy. So rolling a dice for supremacy here. And he gets 2 points. He's currently defending objective 5 and 4. So that's these 2 objectives over here. Oh no, what are we going to do? What do I get this turn? I get secure objective 6, which is a Harlequin one. So that Harlequin one is... Let me just check here. So I'm really excited about using the Harlequin tactical objectives. Okay, so Harlequin tactical objective number 16 is Principal Performance. Score 1 victory point at the end of the battle if your warlord has not been slain. Score D3 victory points instead if your warlord has not been slain, but your opponent has. Score 3 additional victory points if your warlord has not been slain and he killed the opponent's warlord. Ooh, that's your wolf priest, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that one's a big one if that happens, but that's, like, I have to be very specific about it. Blood and Guts, kill something in close combat. Okie dokie. And defend objective number 2, which is just what is it with objective 2? Okay, we'll be back after this. Okay, the wolves had hit the line with a flurry of attacks. I needed to start maneuvering to deal with the main threats. The transports was still a big issue. You need to crack open transports to get to the squishy insides. I also knew that I was going to have to target those long fangs. So my plan was simple. Move up, deal with the long fangs, and use the deep striking unit of Harlequins and the troop master there to just clear his entire backfield. Then I got ready to cast some psychic powers, and everything was set up for a great turn 2. Okay, so end of turn 2. Wow, things are going really quickly here. So, I charged in, I put an extra 4 wounds on that Dreadnought because he passed some good invulnerable saves, even with all the kisses. He's still alive with 2 wounds remaining. I was able to stop defend objective 4 at the end of the turn, but he does score defend objective 5 because my Harlequin unit failed the charge, even with their reroll. The jet bikes charged in, did 6 wounds, and he passed 5 up saves. So they only killed the heavy bolter and took 2 wounds in return, even with the reroll wounds from the troop master. However, the fate of the Thunderwolves was not to be, as 2 units charged in, and those kisses just destroyed those Thunderwolves. I was able to kill the Razorback with some pistols because the jet bike haywire completely whiffed. And now we're moving on to turn 2. I did get blood and guts because I killed a unit. I did secure... No, this is the one where my Warlord has to stay alive. And I'm not defending... I'm going to get rid of Defend Objective 2. And I'm going to currently keep the Special Harlequin one to see where his Warlord shows up. To see if I can get my Warlord to fight his Warlord and get me lots of points. Okay, moving on to turn 2. So Billy had the opportunity to save his Longfangs, bringing in his reserves, his Wolfen, his Wolf Priest, his Scouts in a position in the backfield. It was his time to really start putting a lot of pressure on my army that was starting to get spread thin. Cool thing about Harlequins is they're very strong, but they're not exactly the most durable units. End of Space Wolf movement on turn 2. Wow. Seems like forever ago that we started this game. So, he still has Defend Objective 4, which is this one. He drew behind enemy lines, which he's going to get with his Scouts that are being sneaky behind enemy lines. And he has Defend Objective 3, which is the one right next to all the Longfangs. So, the Blood Claws have gotten out of that Razorback and have moved up. The Wolf Guard Battle Leader has also moved out to get rerolls to wound on them. This unit of Blood Claws does not want to commit suicide against all those troops, so decided to go and help out back here. Meanwhile, we have these guys have shown up here with the Warlord, and they have a 9-inch charge to make it in to the jet bikes. So that is what's happening. We'll be back after the shooting phase. Yeah. Okay, so end of turn 2. Wow, what a crazy close combat. So the Wolfen came in, murdered the entirety of the bikes, and with the Blood Claws, they just killed everybody. As I die, I can, on a 4+ do attacks, and I kept on trying to attack and kill the Longfangs, and I killed the Wolf Guard Battle Leader, just 4 rockets left. They all charged in, so we had Blood Claws and the Wolf Guard Battle Leader, and killed 1 unit down to 1 left, and then he was alive until the 2 kisses killed the Dreadnought. Dreadnought exploded, killed the last guy I had left, killed the 2 guys I had from that squad, 3 wounds on the Battle Leader, 3 wounds on my Shadowseer, 1 wound on my Troop Master. Giant mega explosion, killing so much stuff. The Scouts, on the other hand, came in and did nothing against the Dash Jester with Curtain Fall. So moving on to... So he did get behind enemy lines for a point, bringing his grand total up to 6 points. I only have 3 points. And he's defending Objective 4 again, and he's defending Objective 3. So what does the Laughing God want me to do? He wants me to defend Objective 1, which is that one. Cool. He wants me to secure Objective 2, which is that one. And that's it. The other one is have my Warlord left alive at the end of the game, or kill his Warlord with my Warlord to get a bunch of points. Okay. Yeah, he's just baiting me, just hoping I'd run up and do a bunch of damage over there. Okay, let's see what happens after this. Well, losing all those Skyweavers really put a thorn in my side. So I decided to redeploy essentially my whole army and gang up on the Blood Claws units and the things that were exposed while leaving his main force up alone. Okay, end of the movement phase for turn 3 for the Harlequins. I've decided to not just go right face first into a bunch of Wolfen. I've decided to jump this way, try and kill some bolters. I have to try and deal with these Blood Claws, so I'm essentially just going to try and murder this stuff and then essentially deal with that later. I'm gonna have to deal with it at some point, but we'll see how that happens. Okay. After that, Curtain Fall guy got down here. He's probably gonna shoot some Blood Claws. So we'll see what happens, and we'll come back when it's charged. Okay, so end of Harlequin turn 3. So they died.
So badly.
My Warlord just went and was like, and then all the kisses were like, no! And then they killed the tank. Luckily, it didn't explode. So I am securing Objective 2. he moved down to start defending objective 1. I wasn't able to move fast enough or far enough to take away this objective from this damn Bloodclaw that used his last reroll to defend objective 4 against all odds. So he got another 2 points for the team. So we're moving on to turn 3 for the Wolves, and he has 2 cards in play. He has defend. What cards do you have in play?
I had from last.
Oh, you had 1 in play, which was
I had
defend objective 3, which you also got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got
yay!
so you got all his points because I didn't kill that one blood.
Oh, that's awesome. Right, so...
I tried. I really tried. Okay, so he gets domination, very very nigh impossible. Secure objective 2, which is that one, and
Unleash the Wolves.
ooh, that's a Space Wolf one.
Score 1 victory point at the end of your charge phase if at least 2 friendly Space Wolf units made a successful charge that phase.
Very cool. So it's a point if you make successful charges. Okay, on to the next turn, but he is crushing me in points right now. Going into turn 3. Billy was just bringing in those Maelstrom points. 2 defends at the end of that turn really put him ahead of the game. So he decided to start pushing forward with his heavy hitters. The Space Wolves threw up their Blood Claws and their Wolven ready to do some charges and get even more points, really forcing me to deal with the hard-hitting units in combat this turn. Okay, so turn 3. They've moved and advanced up. There you have a bit of a charge to get here, but he's hoping that they'll roll another good charge. The Blood Claws have moved up as well to get in range to start threatening here. And the Longfangs shot and killed 2 of Red Squad over here. The Snipers did shoot and put 2 wounds on the Curtain Fall Death Jester. Okay, so let's go into combats and see what happens.
Domination for sure.
Okay, so what happened this turn? Oh, the in the fight phase, he failed the charge. He rolled a 6. He needed an 8. He did charge. He made a 12-inch charge with the Blood Claws, and they kind of failed him. They killed 1 Harlequin because that unit was -1 to hit, and with the -1 to wound, it was a very hard charge, even with all the attacks. And then the Kisses just murdered 4 of the Blood Claws, and he needs to take a morale test at -4. So he's leadership 7 because he's a Blood Claw. And he runs away.
But
oh, that's right. And because he's a Marine. Oh, and he doesn't care. Okay, I did kill that Blood Claw. The Misstave, I heroically intervened and just smacked him with my Misstave. And the Snipers on this end put 2 wounds on my big guy, but I did successfully defend objective number 1. So, no points scored for the Space Wolves. They are ahead on points still. He's discarding Domination. Billy decided that Domination might be a little hard to do.
Yeah.
So I still have to try and kill his Warlord and keep mine alive. Kill something in this turn gives me no prisoners. And secure objective 3, which happens to be the one right over there. Okay, let's see what we can do after this. So this turn I had to take a step back and look at the table, and I had one opportunity to take all these Wolfen down. So I committed my entire army to try and take the Wolfen down. Moved them up, ran them up, just committed everything I could because I knew that if I did not kill them, they were going to catch up to me and destroy my army. Okay, end of movement and psychic phases. He moved up. Basically, I'm going to start shooting some long fangs and trying to get out of line of sight of those damn snipers. Troop Master moved up over here. He's going to charge the Blood Claw. The 3-man blue unit just fell back because they could charge after falling back. Red unit that was over here advanced 6 inches, so 14-inch move over here because they can charge. And then he moved 14 inches up as well to get a bubble over here. He moved over here to get a bubble. The yellow squad moved up. My Troop Master Warlord moved up. So I'm basically trying to deal with the Wolfen. Psychic powers, they are -1 to hit. Also, I put a -1 to hit on my Warlord because he has the suit of mirrors or striking swords or something like that. And Oh, and then Smite failed to kill that Blood Claw. These Blood Claws are like nigh unkillable. And now we're moving into the shooting and assault phases. So let's see what happens. So end of turn 4. Now, wow. End of turn 4. So I ganged up on the Wolven, killed them all, but they fight when they die. And they smacked my lord, even with the suit of hidden knives, because they didn't care, because they were dead anyway. And I failed 2 out of 2 invul saves, and he rolled 5 damage for his great axe of death, and the axe killed my warlord. So I can't get that objective, so I'm going to discard that one, but I did get no prisoners as well. So I still have secure objective 3 in my hand, which is that one, and he still has make 2 charge rolls to get a point, and try and secure objective 2, which is this one back here. So he gets 1 more to draw, and let's see what Billy pulls out of the deck.
The Stuff of Sagas.
Oh my goodness, it is another Space Wolf one. Victory point if an enemy vehicle or monster is destroyed. No, so he has to redraw because I don't have any vehicles or monsters.
Advance.
Get everybody out of your deployment zone. Cool. That is definitely possible if he decides to move and get his long fangs out of his deployment zone. Billy saw the opportunity to get even more points this turn. Moving up with his warlord and his long fangs, he committed them to just get points. And that's the cool thing about Maelstrom. You can be losing a lot of models, but as long as you're playing to the mission, it will usually be for the best. Okay, so the Space Wolves have surged forth, and he did get 2 charges on my Shadowseer, but my Shadowseer's hallucinogen launcher hit the Wolf Priest on Overwatch and did 3 mortal wounds. Hey, that's so funny. It's just like very unlikely to happen. That's why it's funny. Okay, over here, they didn't move because they can't really move anywhere to really see him with Curtain Fall, so they're just getting Line Breaker right now and preventing tabling, essentially. But turn 4, let's see what happens as we go into combat, and the Wolf Priest opens up on the Shadowseer. Okay, so end of the fight phase and charge phase. My Shadowseer took 2 wounds from the Crozius Arcanum and survived against the Wolf Priest. The Longfangs tried to wound, but thanks to the -1 to wound, were unable to do any damage. And then my Shadowseer smacked the Wolf Priest, and 1 wound got through from his scepter, did 3 damage. The Wolf Priest has gone down. But he does get Unleash the Wolves, which is 2 successful charge distances. Are you going to get rid of either of them? Yeah, that one, secure 2. Because advance, he'll get it thanks to his... once the Longfangs are dead. Okay, so as we move on to the 5th and potentially final turn of the game, the Harlequins are ordered to advance, get everybody out of their deployment zone, are ordered to assassinate, kill a character, which is impossible because there's no characters left, secure objective 1 again, which is goes against the advance thing, and overwhelming firepower, kill something in the shooting phase. Okay. We'll be back after turn 5. Okay, could be the end of the game. Therefore, I decide to get as many objectives as I can. I start moving forward. I go for Warlord kill. I try and get all the Longfangs out. You know, of course, I'm not really going to be able to deal with those scouts way far back in my zone unless it goes to turn 7. So I do start moving units. Okay, so end of Harlequin turn 5. I got objective 3 and I got Line Breaker with them. I shot and killed all the Longfangs, and Curtain Fall failed to do any damage on the scouts again. But I did get secure objective 3 and advance, so all my guys are out of my deployment zone. And we're moving on to Space Wolf's turn 5. He's going to get advance because all he has are the scouts, and he's got 2 more cards to draw, which are...
Priority orders received.
You can't do it because your warlord is dead. Okay. So redraw.
Defend objective 6.
Defend objective 6, which is that one over there. Potentially if the game goes on.
And then Oath of Vengeance.
Which is...
When this tactical objective is generated, your opponent must select a unit in their army. This must be a character, if there is one. Score 1 victory point if that chosen unit is destroyed.
Okay. To keep it fluffy, I'm going to pick my character that has -1 to hit on him. Because you've been trying to kill him all game with the snipers. So we're moving on to turn 5. Okay, Billy, how does that feel?
The Oath of Vengeance has been fulfilled.
He did, yeah. I picked the one character. Guess what the snipers roll? Mortal wounds. He had 2 wounds taken, 2 mortal wounds, and 3 saves, and he just nuked him. Even with the -1 to hit, that Shadowseer is dead. I mean, that Death Jester is dead. Okay, so he gets those 2 points. You're going to get rid of Defend Objective 6 in case it goes away. Okay, so let's see if the game continues on a 3+. It does. It goes on to turn 6. And I have Secure Objective 1. I have Secure Objective 3 again, which is back there. And I have Area Denial. Having no enemy units within 12 inches gives me 2 points, which is a big point for me. I think I'm just going to move and run against these snipers. And Billy even got more points by killing all the, like, that character and such. So this turn, I try and move up, I try to get aggressive. You know, turn 6 wasn't really a long turn because there wasn't much to do with. I kept Line Breaker in, just kind of went for the points that I could. Then tried to cast a Psychic Power with one of my Spirit Seers. He exploded, killing a bunch of Harlequin models around him. And I was really unable to do anything against that scout squad. So how did it end up? Okay, so he got Kingslayer. He rolled 1 point. He got no prisoners. The snipers failed to kill the 2 that were left. And he got Area Denial, but he got 1 point for Area Denial because I still have units within 12. My Shadowseer tried to move and advance a unit and then exploded in the psychic phase. And killed another model. No! So, it is the end of turn 6. So now it's Billy's turn to roll. On a 4+, the game continues. And the game is over. And his scout snipers get him Line Breaker. So we'll be back. This is actually going to be really close because he got a lot of cards. I got some too. So we'll be back with a count. And the game is over. It was a 17-14 victory for the Space Wolves.
Yes.
It was so close.
Yeah, it was so close.
Those scouts, technically it was won by the Dark Angels.
Yep. Yeah, they
Take that,
secured
Space Wolves.
They secured it for me.
Awesome. So let's go through the game. What was your favorite clutch moment? What did you learn? Did you have fun playing against the Harlequins? You know, tell the masses out there what you enjoyed.
Well, playing against Harlequins is a lot of fun. They pack a wallop and they move so quick.
They do.
Probably the most integral moment would have been the Longfangs holding up the Star Weavers.
The Skyweavers.
Skyweavers for close combat turn.
The entire unit of Skyweavers charged into 6 Longfangs with all their attack. They were -1 to hit though, because you had powered them.
Yep.
But with all their strength 4, 2 damage, -2, and you made all your 5-up saves, and one guy died, and then your Wolven guys came in and cleared it, just saved them, and just pushed past. It was great. It was a really cinematic moment.
Probably the funniest moment for me, though, was the Wolfen Dreadnought that was situated right in the middle of the battlefield, taking on as many people as he can, and he takes that one last wound, and then he just explodes and just starts dishing damage out everywhere.
Oh man, mortal wounds were really harsh on me because I don't get that cool invulnerable save or the extra stuff, so I did feel the mortal wounds. But something I found about the Harlequins is man, I don't have much left, but it was a slow 4 attacks a guy. They were doing D3 damage a piece with their they just hit. like hard.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the game, and your scouts, they won it for you.
Oh,
At the end
for
of the
sure.
game, they were the ones that got your like behind enemy lines. They gave you a point. They killed. They were able to get you. They stopped you from getting tabled because my entire army was in your deployment zone. They held the fort and reported back to high command, and the servants of the laughing god have been thwarted.
They're only chuckling now.
They're only chuckling, not laughing. Okay, well, Billy, thanks a lot for coming down.
No
That was
problem.
a really fun game.
It was so much fun.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Click on that little sub button and a little bell if you just want to know when I upload new videos every single week. A huge shout out to all the Patreons to the channel. Thank you so much for your support and encouragement. If you'd like to find out more, also check the links in the description. Other than that, I am Skari, and this is...
Billy.
Until next time, Skari out.